up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, Watch Your Mouth Reviews. This is your boy James. I'm here to give my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. Not gonna happen in this video, but that's okay. Joining me today is my girl, Mrs. Best. She is here from YouTube Extraordinaire co-hosting like she do. Say hey, everybody.
Hi.
Yes, and if you watch the actual sign up there, it says Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, episode 13. Also, my mind has changed. And what I am talking about, if you watch my short, I said the reunion looks, my mind has changed. Y'all, so to give y'all a quick insert, I said my best dress was Drew, second up was Candy, third was Sonya, fourth was Marlo, fifth was Sheree, and last was Kenya. I said that, and sure enough, I went with that. But what I did not know is that the looks would be revealed that Courtney and also Banyetta would be added to the mixer. So now my whole mind has changed of who my best dress was and who's my worst dress. So what I'm gonna do is Peach Report Daily has given us everyone's outfits. Shout out to them. They always come through for us YouTubers and content creators and everyone who else who enjoys Real Housewives of Atlanta extraordinaires. So shout out to the Peach Report Daily for the looks. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to take a look at everybody's looks and I'm going to revamp my list. So let's go ahead and let's get started here. Let's share the screen. So we have first up Miss Kenya Moore giving us this nice, sexy. It's a dress. I thought it was a pantsuit at first. She just looking glowy. I love these edits. And then we have Marlo's outfit. Yes. Candy. Drew. Sheree.
It was worse up close.
Sonya. Monyetta. And Courtney. All right. So I've showed you all the ladies. And as I said, my favorite look as Peach Report Daily, we have to shout them out once again. Peach Report, thank you for all of this because, yes, looking at this, my best dress on this list, I'm going to have to give it to Cousin Courtney. Baby, Courtney came through. I love this dress on her. I love how it connects at the neckline, going to the breast area. It almost looks similar to Candy's dress. I wonder if they got their dress designed by the same person. But Courtney definitely ate. I am so sorry, y'all. So Courtney is my best dress. That is shocking.
The dress is nice. I just don't find her to be the most attractive human. And I think that's what it has nothing to do with her in general. She just has one of those faces where I feel like she was young and has always looked that old, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I see. I know what you're saying.
But the dress itself is okay. It's just I hate overly bedazzled.
I love the.
I don't like.
I think if she had a slit, I would love it even more. But I'm still gonna give her best dress. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't like the little arm. I can't. Well, you can't see it, but that thing on her arm, it's like a shoulder sleeve. I feel like if that wasn't there, I might be okay with it.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
It's not her
I agree with
bad. I just feel like the design is awkward.
It is awkward, but it's unique and I love it. Yeah. So my second is I'm gonna go ahead and actually give it to Drew. Just because I love this. I love every part. I love how dramatic this actually is. This is so dramatic.
Pictures at the worst angles.
They did. She should have been on the other side showing us the split. I wanted to see the split. But I do love it though. So I'm gonna give Drew number 2, just because I do love her look. I love her hair, love the earrings, love the shoes. I do love everything about this look. Third, surprisingly, Kenya. Now, last week Kenya was my worst dress, but actually seeing it up close, I actually love it. I do. I just don't like the feathers. I think it's
the feathers ruin the look. That's what I said last week. Without the feathers, I think the outfit would be okay.
But seeing it up close, I actually could see it without the feathers. Had she not worn the feathers, this would have been hot.
Yeah.
Kenya would have been my best dress. I would have ignored her hair because I told y'all last week I don't like her hair. I still don't, but I loved it.
Doesn't go with the dress at
It doesn't
all.
go with the dress at all. Yeah, she should have wore. She could have had a thick ponytail, like a nice thick one. That actually
That's
would
what
have been
I
nice
was
for this.
thinking. A long
Yes, a
ponytail this
long thick
big.
ponytail. Yep, I would have loved it on her. But Kenya gets number three for me. Number four, I'll go ahead and give it to Candy. So I still love it. Up close, I still love it. I think it will look good sitting down. But I don't know
It's
why
too
Kenya did this
simple.
bob. Like, I don't like the bob haircut. So,
Candy's
yeah,
hair has been interesting in recent times. I think she's
yeah.
trying to like change it up, but it doesn't.
I think she should have wore a ponytail as well. I think she should have got a ponytail
Or
or
kept
should
her
have had
natural. Those big curls she's been wearing. That
no,
could have
or even
worked.
she could have did like a nice long flow to her ass wig, and I probably would have loved
Mm,
that as well. Like she needs something long with this dress.
mm.
Um, for number five, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Marlo since I'm on her. Once again, I wanted Marlo to have jewelry on her neck. I feel like her neck is very long here, and it just doesn't go with the dress, and it feels like the dress is doing a lot. It's heavy. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give Marlo number five. So number six,
These are some of the
I'm gonna
worst
go ahead and
reunion looks
it
I've
is. I'm gonna
seen.
go ahead and give number six to Sonya because I remember she was number three, but up close, her hair looks heavy, and the dress, as I said, this looks like she's at her baby shower, and I'm just not here for the baby shower look. I'm just not here for uh, just the how like it glows. I just don't like it, and I get what she was going with this, but you know, I just don't like. So I'm gonna give her number six, unfortunately. Now number seven, Sheree. Once again, understated. I don't know what she was doing with this corset area. I don't like it. The color's okay on her skin, but once again, her hair. Just go there. So that's actually her hair.
Sheree, first of all, I just noticed the corset is a part of the
Hmm.
dress. I thought they put a corset over it.
Over it, because in the first picture, that's what I thought too.
The
But then I'm like, no.
design, I think in general, would have been hard to pull off unless they did like no sleeves, like a tube dress. But I think all the work that Sheree has had done on her face and her titties is ruining her. Like people got to stop with the plastic surgery.
Yeah, they do, because her nose is still swollen here, and it's
Not her
like
nose is still swollen.
it is. It's still swollen. I can see it. It's her nose is still swollen, like it is. Because I just looked at a recent picture of her after she filmed the reunion. It's now gone down. Her nose is still swollen here. She doesn't have any jewelry on except that ring, and I'm just like, ugh. I don't like it. Sheree could do so much better. Like maybe if she put, what she could have did if she would have untied that side of the corset of the left and just let that be a long split. I probably would have loved this dress on her. But no, she wanted to be covered up from head to toe as if she doesn't have a body. Okay, so she was number seven. Am I missing anybody? No, I got everybody. So my worst dress, Moneta. Let me explain something to you. I don't know why right now in this moment you look like. Can I get it off? Dang, Amina. I don't know
Okay.
why in this moment you look like a waitress at the Blue Martini. I don't know what the hell you doing here. Why do you have on this cut corset and you got on some pants? What the hell are you doing? I was when I looked at Manetta. Now Manetta usually never disappoints me because I love Manetta. Y'all don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about Manetta. I love me some Manetta. Back when she did Atlanta Exes, she was my favorite. I love what
She
she stood
was.
for. She was so sweet. She didn't participate in that bullshit they tried to do in that show. I loved Manetta. So I'm going hard on her because this is love. I promise y'all this is love. Manetta, don't you ever do this again. This was ridiculous. Like she
She
literally
just
looked.
proved Marlo's point. When Marlo, or yeah, it was Marlo. Marlo and Kenya have actually said to Moneta this season, like, that's what you're wearing? Please go change. And Marlo, I think actually, and will you make me agree with Marlo? I'm really like, come on, Moneta. We've loved you for
Yes.
years.
What is
Listen,
this?
this outfit is the example of I'm married, I'm happy, and it don't matter if I have on the outfit of one of the seven dwarfs, he gonna love me. That's what this outfit says.
But you not coming. This you ain't wearing this for him. You wearing this for us. And see, this is the
Listen,
problem that I have a problem with you looking like if you go to the Blue Martini, those who have a Blue Martini where you live, this is what they wear. This is the exact outfit. Google Blue Martini, and this is exactly what they wear. Google Blue Martini. I'm not playing with y'all. Like that's exactly what it is.
not Google
And
it.
yeah, no, I promise you, don't have me do it because you know I'm not. I'm not one. I'm just saying that disappointed me, Moneta. So there are my looks, y'all. 1 through 8. Courtney was my best dress. Mangetta was my worst. And just because Mangetta's look was lazy, it was absolutely lazy. There was no effort put into it or nothing. So, you know. But moving on to the episode, y'all. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. So moving on to that, let's go ahead and get into this episode. So it actually opens up with Sonya and her sister. I'm about sick of the storyline. I'm about sick of Sonya and her sister.
It's a sign that Sanya's pregnant because listen,
Yes, it's just like we. How many more times do we have to talk about boundaries and respect conversations with them too?
mm,
Like I am to a point where I'm just like, what's not clicking? What is not clicking?
it's clicking. The family seems to be fine when they're not on camera.
It's when
That's
they get on camera. So Sonya, if that's the case, you're boring. If you
she
have
is
nothing else,
boring.
if you have nothing else to, oh, wrong chat. Sorry, ignore that. But no, it just says that she's boring, and it's just like I'm sick of them too. Like I really am. Like, what the hell's the issue? And later on the episode, we'll talk about it. There is some resolution that they're trying to find. So hopefully she finds it because I'm about tired of them. The next is we revealed that Cynthia is back, even though she was back a couple episodes ago. But y'all, bravo in that call center. Bravo in that call center. I don't know why y'all chose this moment to introduce Cynthia back, but hey, it worked because actually she looks good. But Cynthia's back. She meets up with Candy. They meet up for dinner. Um, they talk about Cynthia. She is out of her marriage with Mike Hill. She is now divorced and she's rebuilding her life. She's back in Lake Bailey, overall. She didn't want to talk about it at first, but then she kind of gave us a little inch of it. So I wanted to know if Mike cheated and if that's the reason why they divorced. I really want to know if that's what's the reason. What about you?
Honestly, I don't really give a flying, you know what? Because I feel like Cynthia just, I think some of these women I just never expect to get it right with dating. And I love Cynthia, I do, but she's one of those. I never expected this relationship to last when we found out he has cheated on every single spouse that he's had. So the way that he's behaved through the divorce, even down the defending his actions and being caught out with another chick, I think he did cheat, but I can understand why she would not want that information to be public. And that is probably why she's not back on the show, or probably why producers were shady and just acted like she did not exist in the past. Like, I feel
It's
like
just because when Cynthia was with Mike Hill and they were on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Cynthia didn't give anything. Cynthia was, she was into it with Nene, but it was like she really didn't give what needed to be gave. Like she really was just there. And every time he
Cynthia
was in the
for me
room,
is never gave. She's good. Like she'll
um,
fight back in certain.
I feel like that season with her, Portia was on that boat fighting. That's what she gave.
Oh yeah, she's stuck. Well, somebody needed to kick the shit out of Portia's ass.
Yeah, so no, Cynthia gave. But Cynthia, when she was with Mike Hill, all she did was go he. That's
she's
all she did, and it was
she
like, what the fuck is that? Like.
I think Cynthia has just done what she's always done. It felt like she gave because she had a problematic husband with our friend Peter. And then she also, after Peter, dated this other man who there were rumors about before Mike. That was problematic, him. And then she went from him to Mr. I've never been faithful to one woman I've been with, and I'm over 45. So listen, Cynthia has never gave. Her spouses have, and her reactions to people fucking with her give. But as a housewife and as a whole, she had no baby daddy drama. Her daughter is not problematic or
Well,
controversial.
her
Like,
daughter was problematic one time. I can't remember when it was. Oh,
but you said one time and you can't remember. See?
because no, because there was something she did that really did piss me off, and I was like, oh no, little girl, no. But no, yeah. Moving on. Candy then brings up. Oh no, Cynthia said, "Girl, you had to call me all the way from Portugal. What's going on?" And Candy brings up the whole situation with her and Drew and how Drew lied about kissing Latoya, and I guess Latoya is denying it as well. Which we're gonna get to that in a minute because Bravo and that call center, y'all think y'all slick. I see exactly what y'all trying to do. And for those of y'all who have brains like I do, like Mrs. Best does, we didn't fall for that bullshit at all. We didn't fall for that. That was to trick everybody. And we'll get to that in just a second. But she's like, yeah, I know what I saw. And Cynthia said, well, I went to sleep, so I didn't see nothing. But, and that's Cynthia. She always going to straddle that fence no matter what. She always got one toe on each side of that fence. I'm telling you, she ain't going to, go to one side unless it's detrimental, unless somebody push her to the other side. That's when she going there. But Candy's having an event for a new sex toy that she is launching on her bedroom Candy. I didn't realize that was still a thing, but it is very much so. And it's the little peach fuzz thing. So she invites Cynthia and it's explained to Cynthia she invited all the ladies. So all of them will show up at the end of this episode. So good to see Cynthia back. Next, we have Kenya babysitting some little boy. I think it was the girlfriend, the one she brought in the beginning. I think it was her child, I believe.
It was
No,
one of
she
her
had a little.
family members' kids. That was her cousin.
Oh, was her cousin kids? Oh, I thought it was a little.
Mhm.
That girl had a little girl. That's right. So, Brooklyn, at first didn't want to, sibling, but now she's all over this little baby. That little girl is just so adorable. Now, if God could guarantee me that my baby is going to be that adorable, then I would have kids. But I know whatever child I end up with is going to be a little devil, a little diva, little shit, and I ain't got time for that because I
Have you
just
met my husband? If we
what.
have a child, that motherfucker is gonna be like the next Kanye West. I don't need that.
I don't need see certain things you just know God got a great sense of humor. He does. He got a great
Mhm.
sense of humor. And I know whatever baby God bless me with is gonna be some goddamn Tasmanian devil that I do not need in
Not
my
a
life.
Tasmanian
I know
devil.
that baby's gonna put me through the ringer. It's not gonna be cute and adorable like little Brooklyn. That little baby is so cute. I'm just like, oh my gosh. But
Mhm.
moving forward. She talks to Brooklyn about, wanting a little brother. She still wants to have this baby with her husband. And I'm just thinking every time she says this out her mouth, I'm just like, Kim, now you are incredibly intelligent.
She's doing that shit for
Incredibly
the
intelligent.
camera because one second you got a new boo that you're dating, but then the next second you want to have another baby, but not with the man that you're with. Like, it's bullshit. And that's my thing with Kenya. If she has nothing to give, or if this long ass divorce is going to be just a topic constantly, fine. But when you start bringing stupid shit up that you know you're not going to do, especially whilst dating Roy, like, girl, you too old for that. You old enough to be somebody grandma, not mine, but somebody grandma.
Stop. But
I'm just
anyway,
I can't with Kenya this season.
yeah, I can't either because that has to be the stupidest shit. There's no way I would want another baby with Mark Daly. There's absolutely no way. I would be like, fuck you, give me my damn divorce. Like, what did Winter Williams say? Sign my papers and get my divorce. And you need to have that on repeat. That's a good song, actually. You need to have that on repeat. Anyways, moving on. Drew. and two other new assistants that we have not seen on TV yet are reorganizing her closet. And she says that since Ralph has been in Vegas, they have not been on the same page. When have y'all ever been on the same page filming the show? Is the real question, Drew. Drew, I swear, Drew literally, her address is Delusions of Grandeur. Like, she lives at 323 Delusions of Grandeur. Because when the fuck have y'all ever been on the same page?
Mm.
Like, I'm trying to figure that out. Off camera, maybe. I'm trying to figure that out. Like, when have y'all ever been on the same page? When y'all fucking? Like, I'm trying to figure it out. Like, I am like, seriously, like, Drew get on my nerves.
Drew
Like,
at least has like staff, like you mentioned, that we've never seen. And I understand that she is someone who actually has jobs and as an actress, but I don't think she needs all those
no,
members of staff.
no. Drew need two people. Drew need two people. She need an assistant and she need a manager. That's all
That's
you
about
need.
it. Yeah.
That's all you need. Because, and let me tell y'all something, because I know we on strike right now, and I know that times is hard. You got actors, well-known actors selling their homes and stuff. You got actors getting divorces because money is not
Mhm.
coming in. It's tough out there. I get it, but what Drew has to understand is that you was throwing away money guaranteed to this Real Housewives of Atlanta check hiring all these goddamn people.
Mm.
So cut it out, unless they're working for free just to be seen. That
Yeah.
could be it too. It is Atlanta. So um her and Ralph, Drew and Ralph start talking about Portugal and what happened with Marlo, and the text message comes up. He basically reached out to her after Drew had a conversation with him, and the whole time Ralph looks checked out. Ralph looks so checked out of this marriage. I think that this is the point where we're starting to see their marriage really unravel to the point where they're beating each other to the courthouse to file the paperwork because
Mm.
it looks checked out. He does. Like when I was looking at his face, he just seemed uninterested.
He's
And the
looked like that
conversation,
since they first came onto the show. Like in my most personal opinion, like he's been checked out
probably,
for a while.
yeah, probably. But this is where I'm starting to notice it, like it being a thing. I think to me, he's calculated. Calculated people. Let me explain something. Calculated people could look like all kind of things at one time. They could look interested, not interested, checked in, checked out. Like it takes a split second. If you don't know a calculated, like people don't know what a calculated mindset person is. That's because we don't have very many anymore. Because as this generation comes up, they're becoming more sensitive. Where a
Mhm.
calculated person knows how to maneuver and get through to their destination real quickly without you even noticing they're there or that they're moving there. So that's how that works. But yeah, it was much of nothing. I'm just kind of like whatever. We're Ralph and Drew because we know that shit is gonna hit the fan pretty soon, and I can't wait. Um, Sheree and her dreads meet up with Candy at the Candy Factory. Candy is, preparing for either a speak on it or Candy Coated Night something that she do in that little room. And Sheree comes over and she goes, I ain't been here in so long. And. And this is where Candy mentions, the sex toy launch that she's having. And she goes, Sheree's like, oh, I remember when you took us to the sex store when you was first doing this. And it was like, Sheree, nobody gives a fuck that you were there. Nobody cares.
Nobody.
Nobody cares.
Nobody.
Like, you trying to, we see what you doing. Bravo in that call center. I got to call you out again before I call you out at the end of this episode. Bravo in that call center. I don't care about Sheree's reminiscences. I don't care about her talking about she was there when Candy was first launching this and everything because she was the one that was secretly hating on the shit, if we
Yeah.
remember correctly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't care about Sheree and all this, you know, very secluded and very like strategic shade she's thrown at her still, and that Candy continues to throw over her head. But anyways, moving on. She talks about the conversation she had in Portugal with Drew, which pissed me off even more because Sheree brought that information back wrong. And like she always does. And what I'm saying is, and a lot of people because a lot of people didn't disagree with me when I said on Twitter or on Instagram, Sheree brought that information back wrong. And everyone's like, no, she didn't. That's exactly what Drew said. It's what Drew said, but Drew did not mean it in that way. And see, that's the thing which I have to understand. See, Sheree brought that information back to say Drew felt ungrateful. Drew says specifically, if this means I don't have to do this movie for my friendship with Candy, then I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to say, hey, it's no harm, no foul. It's no loss here. I care about my friendship even more. That's where Drew was coming from. Not, oh, I don't want to do this movie now because Candy over there saying I'm kissing girls and stuff. It was like I was annoyed watching Sheree bring information back to Candy in that way.
Sheree's messy.
Well,
It's
yeah.
like I feel like because Sheree will say exactly what you said, but purposefully say it to you in the incorrect context and tone,
Hmm.
then people are like, "Oh, she's telling the truth." But those are the same people who are way too invested in this shit.
I mean, I'm not. I'm invested because I'm doing a recap on it. But
Yeah, but I'm just
I.
saying, like, if you look at that, like the people, I think what it is people just don't really like Drew. I know she
Mhm.
has fans, but there's people like when she her first season that are still mad about her, taking Derek for Melody on that damn show years ago. People really took that shit to heart. And then a lot of the cast, in my opinion, is very conscious of what's going on in like social medias and all of that. So I feel like Sheree know people don't really care for Drew because Drew Sidor is a liar. And we can say that because all she's done on this show is lie, even in situations where she has a good argument. She'll turn to that lie for the drama. So I think Sheree knows that. Sheree is like, she lacks intelligence, but that doesn't mean she doesn't have any. So,
No, no, she definitely is smart, but it's a messy smart. Yeah, I know how to get around these girls to make sure my check come in. So I'm gonna do what I have to do to make sure that check is still here, even if that means starting unnecessary drama or enhancing unnecessary drama with two
and that's the
individuals that I
problem
care
with
about.
the call center, as you say. Stop, because that's when stuff gets out of hand, and then you have all these net bangers and thugs that's acting a fool, and then people like Marlo end up staying around, and then you have quality people like Sanya. Why did I say Sandra? Who the hell? Lord. Uh, Somebody named Sandra must be trying to reach me.
Okay,
Lord, no, Sanya, the whole situation. The whole
right? That's how I say it.
cast, they
Yeah.
need to work that through. Like, get people who maybe they don't have to know each other closely, but get people who, at the very least, are known for like knowing and kind of understanding how to engage in an issue or like give us kind of entertainment, but in a way that's not like taking it too far. Just the RHOA needs a serious like makeover.
Reboot. Absolutely. I say the same thing because this is starting to get stupid. That scene ends because I don't care about nothing else they were talking about there. Sonya and her sister finally applied for an apartment or is trying to apply for an apartment. And she was talking about how she's never applied for one. The only apartment that they ever lived at was one that Sonya put in her name. And it was like, see,
Da, 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 da,
oh,
da, da.
right? I'm just like, see, girl,
You
if you
really fixed yourself to get on national television as an adult past 25. And which means you should, like, once you pass 25, I think you should be able to be self-sufficient. Okay? You mean to tell me in your entire adult life, you've never applied for an apartment, and then the one apartment you did have in your adult life, your sister applied and got for you. But
no,
you
I
want to
have,
play house so bad with your non-working husband,
and that's
and
what, oh, you,
you
but
want to have
okay.
an attitude with your sister talking about, I have obligations too. What obligations? You don't pay bills because you're in their house. You don't apply for shit. And I assume you have no utilities in your name if you've never even applied for an apartment. We know your husband doesn't do anything, but somehow he decided, hey, even though I have a family, 2 kids, and a wife, I'm going to quit my job because you can do shit like that when you have other motherfuckers taking care of you. That pissed me off. I was like, am I really going to have to sit here and look at this? And it proves what I said in the earlier episodes, like the first recap we did, 1 or 2, when I was like, these people don't want to be adults.
No,
They
you
don't want
said
to
it,
be
and I
adults.
said that he need to take his ass to UPS, FedEx, or USPS. Go to, you know what? Sign your sister husband. Go to
Sorry,
U, go to UPS right now because they're paying 7 figures. They're paying $46 an hour right now. Go to UPS right now Get your ass a truck and go and deliver that fucking packages and shit because we tired of this. Why does this woman have to figure out everything when you got a fucking husband that's sitting there? You mean to tell me he can't get an apartment with y'all and then y'all go move with him? He can't get a 2 bedroom apartment?
Child.
All that falls on you, and you have an able-bodied husband. I'm sorry, y'all. No, I'm sorry. I have to call this shit out because this pisses me off. The reason why that lady is so stressed is because she knows that everything is on her fucking back.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely everything on top of Sonya shit. And I'm mad at her because you easily can be like, you know what, my man ain't shit. Oh well, it is what it is. He need to go get him a job at UPS right now. Get y'all an apartment and then get y'all up out of Sonya's house. Easy. Where is the accountability for him at, girl, or whatever your name is? I don't even know the little girl name.
Whatever your name is. Listen, it don't even matter. But I think that's a little comical. I think it's also insensitive. Definitely get your sister some media training, because I took a little offense to that. You're complaining and you're doing all this stuff, and it's like, my nigga, you don't have to. You don't have to want for nothing. A lot of people have the support of their families. Like if something goes wrong, I could call my dad and go live with him, right? But I can't call him for like to pay the whole rent, to pay my bills, to do things like that. So I think it's okay to receive help as an adult. Everyone needs help. Sometimes we all fall down.
Absolutely.
But if you have never done the basic things that rich kids do, poor people do, people of all socioeconomic statuses have applied for an apartment, a house, hell, a houseboat, and you're telling me you've never done that. So just to comment relating to the show, separate from personal feelings, who the fuck are you to have an issue with Sanya for your sister when you have not had to do shit that most people have had to do in their life? You're spoiled.
That's boom. You said it right there. She is spoiled, and
She's
that's the
spoiled.
problem. And the spoiledness is turned off now that Sonya has a husband, and now Sonya has kids coming.
Mm-hmm.
Now that spoil's turned off, and now you don't know what the fuck to do. And then you married this no good ass, fucking lazy ass dude who ain't
He's
even
hella
fucking
lazy.
working right now. Then you married him. That was one of Ross's friends that disrespected you on her fucking show that Sonya had on WeTV, as if we forgot about that shit. Now you want to sit up here and now take all your frustrations out on your sister. And it's like, I know. Every time I look at that sister, I'm like rolling my eyes because I'm like, dude, be mad at your man. And if you
Yep.
are mad at him, tell the producers bring them cameras up in here. I'm finna expose his ass. That get his ass up or get his ass gone. One of the two gonna happen because I'm
One of
not
the
gonna sit
two.
up here and play with Sonya little sister. I'm not gonna do this and Bravo in this call center. I'm sick of this. I don't want to see this no more. If I
Mm.
see this again somewhere in the season, I'm checking out
You
because
checking out.
I'm checking out because I am tired. I will skip all of Sonya's scenes. Y'all won't hear Sonya in another damn review. And I don't care if I got 37 subscribers. I don't care about that shit. All
Right.
I'm
It's your
saying is
channel.
it's
Do
my
what you do.
channel and I don't feel like having to deal with Sonya little sister.
Absolutely.
That scene though pissed me off. Moving on. It's Candy's event. Everyone was instructed to wear a peach color or kind of a peach in like almost like maybe inspired color because everybody had an orange. It looked like for the most part. Are you frozen?
Yes, but I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you, but
All right, let
let's
me
see.
leave and come back real fast.
Okay.
I won't miss nothing. I'm watching a
Yeah,
movie.
I'm just gonna go ahead and explain. So basically, everyone was instructed to wear a peach color. Everyone shows up. Can The event is very nice. Don Juan did a really good job of making sure everybody was in time because you saw him running around telling everybody do this, do that. It was a really cool event. Everyone starts showing up slowly but surely. Sonya was the first to show up, and they were talking about the walls, how you take selfies and everything, and Mommy Nation. It was nice. It was very nice. Everyone starts trembling in. Sheree comes. Sheree comes in with this, I don't even want to call it jeans. And what does Sheree have on? Is the question.
I don't know. Sheree's outfit choices, and usually Sheree's outfits I appreciate or enjoy, but they've been off.
Now, someone said online that she was at another event, and I'm trying to figure out what event were you at where that was the attire appropriation. Because Sheree looked like she was working at the office with us and then decided she had to go to Candy's event. That's what it looked like to me. So I don't know, but yeah, it was. I was so off put it, but everyone else, Marlo's dress was hot. I said, Marlo, now come on now, you doing too much. That slid way the fuck up there. You're doing way too much. Drew looked nice. Latoya looked like she didn't know where she was. It was very, I was like, okay, Latoya, y'all were instructed to wear peach, orange, or something of the equivalents. Y'all all did not come in the same color scheme. I didn't know what Mayetta had on either, but judging from her reunion look.
Moneta's whole season of outfits has been not bad, just casual. And I
Yeah.
think people want her to step it up and realize.
You know what? At some point, I understand Mayetta until y'all give me my peach. That's when I'm gonna step it up.
Yeah.
But you kind of doing yourself a disservice because Bravo in that call center sometimes ain't too fond of us black folks these days. So you need to do better, Mayetta. You got to come and show out. Ask Nene about that. But anyways, this whole Latoya, Drew, and Candy situation comes up. But before we go there, let me get Marlo and Ralph out the way. Sorry, I forgot about them. So Marlo and Ralph have a quick little sidebar, and Marlo says, I don't want to disrespect you, no matter who you marry to, and crazy whatever she said. That shit was funny as hell when she said that shit about Drew.
And
But
he just let it.
he just let it go, and
He
I was
didn't
like, I
correct
said,
her,
Drew,
deny that Drew is
right?
a liar. I said,
Yeah.
"Oh, he's done,
He's
done."
done. That's why I say he's checked out of this whole situation. But what I would say about that whole conversation was that shit looked forced as hell. It felt like the producers like we need a scene with y'all, so please come on. Because Marlo, she did apologize, but it was like, what are you apologizing for?
She apologized while assaulting his wife.
Yeah,
If someone goes up to Josiah and is like, I just wanted to apologize for bringing you into this, but your wife's a liar. Your wife's a liar. He probably go walk away or tell you to shut the fuck up or ask you, what are you doing? Like, I never seen nobody's spouse, like man, woman, whatever the fuck. I never seen nobody's spouse
right.
hear from
Because
someone, your
see,
spouse is
mine would
a
say
liar.
we leaving, and I can't even ask twice to be getting the car and halfway down the street. Because you know how crazy my ass is. So that's why I'm saying, like, yeah, that was crazy to me. But anyways, moving on. Yeah, Ralph, yeah, you checked out all right. But moving on. So this situation comes up where, Candy, Drew, and Latoya are arguing about the kiss thing, but more so, Latoya was mad that they brought her name up. And I was like, huh? She go, why is my name being brought into? I said, ma'am, excuse me. You were the other person that they're saying she did it with. She kissed. You're the other person. So how that works is when someone is accusing something that two people are involved in, they have to bring up that person and they have to bring up the person who was involved, which is you. Why are you confused about that? So Latoya pissed me off right there. And so it ends up turning to a
Latoya
situation.
just want to be on camera.
That's what it was, and it was obvious. It was
She's like, they're
obvious when
bitching me.
yeah, it
Hello.
was like duh, like what the fuck. I got annoyed by Latoya real quickly. I don't even remember what else happened. All I know is that they agreed to disagree, and then this is where Bravo and this call center pissed me off at right here. They did play because they had Drew in the confessional, and Drew was all like, "Oh, you're talking about that interview we did in 2020 where Candy said I could have sworn I saw you and Drew kiss that interview, and Latoya denied it then." Drew, Bravo, and that call center. Wasn't Latoya going through a very public divorce that her man was accusing her of sleeping with other people allegedly? And she could not admit in that moment that she did that shit, which is why she said, no, it did not happen. And that's why Candy asked in that way. See, Candy asked in a way where she wanted Latoya to get ahead of her own story. That's what Candy was doing. She was throwing her a bone for that, and that was Latoya's chance to say, "Oh yeah, it was a cute little," and that was it. It wasn't even nothing that serious. But what Bravo and that call center tried to do, and Candy, you crazy for coming back next season if you do. Bravo and that call center was like trying to paint Candy out to be a liar. And we don't like that because fast forward months later, Latoya don't speak on it, and she admitted that they kissed. Cut to the reunion. She admitted they kissed. So why are we now 3 years later when she has said it twice and put on somebody's syndicated something that she kissed this girl, and then we're gonna act like Candy is a liar because Candy didn't ask specifically, or Candy did not state specifically that they kissed. She threw her a
Latoya
bone.
did though on the reunion and in a couple of confessionals from that season. I have YouTube TV. Shout out to YouTube TV because I unplugged. I ain't dealing with cable. I get every single channel, and there's some. It's affordable. Anywho, moving on. The reason I bring a YouTube TV up is because when I saw that, I did decide to like go back and look because it keeps the DVR forever, unlimited cloud DVR with those. So I went back because it's still on the DVR, and I looked and I was like, she said it in one episode that I looked at from that season. This was like toward after the Bolo thing, like right before it ended, and Latoya had said that like a couple of times that they did kiss and this and that, and then Drew even giggled about it in confessional. And then Drew came to the reunion with a whole different thing. I feel like because Ralph is obviously or allegedly a habitual cheat and womanizer, I feel like people who do that are manipulative. And I believe that Drew is only trying to deny this kiss with Latoya because Ralph probably used it against her in an argument or disagreement or discussion about his nefarious activities, allegedly. That's what it gives to me because the only reason this is a topic is because Drew is vehemently denying it, right? But then Latoya, she's flip-floppy, but she knows what she's doing because she wants to be on camera. So Latoya's need to be on camera in the check, as well as Drew's mess of a marriage. I think those are the two confounding factors that are causing this discussion. Because in the words of Ralph himself, who the fuck cares if Drew kissed Latoya while she was drunk with her girlfriends? I haven't kissed any of my girlfriends drunk, okay? And I've actually slept with women and have no issue with that. But it does happen. A lot of females of all ages, they get together, they get fucked up drunk, and they'll kiss each other just for shits and giggles or whatever the hell.
And see,
I don't see the big deal.
My thing is this, and this is why I'm mad at Drew, because you could have easily said, "Yeah, we was drunk, girl. It was a little that don't count."
Right. And she's
You
making
could have said that didn't count, and then we would have been like, "Yeah," because it doesn't. But the fact that you're trying to lie your way out of this, and then getting Bravo in that call center to elaborate this lie by putting Candy, because Candy did not ask specifically. She threw a bone out to Latoya, thinking Latoya was going to say, "Oh yeah, absolutely, I did," and then she lied about it. Then y'all trying to use that to paint Candy to be a liar. And those of us who have brains and actually are smart to know that that's what Candy did, we know that Candy is not going to make this up. And one, it's believable. I believe that. I wasn't even there, and I believe that she did it. Absolutely, I believe it 100%. Now, I believe it was nothing. I don't believe it lasted longer than a second. I believe that as well because that's what girls do. Girls, when they see their best girlfriend or girl they got some sexual tension with, they kind of let loose. That's what the body does. It's a whole machine. But what I'm not going to do is Bravo in this call center. Y'all not going to make Candy out to be no liar like this. That was fucked up. If I was Candy, I wouldn't come back next season. I wouldn't. I wouldn't come back. Y'all would have to do something else.
Listen,
And I would
Candy
pull my
has
vendors too,
been-
Candy. Pull your vendors.
I don't like Candy on RHOA because I think that she will forever be targeted because of her value compared to the other women. And I also think that she's kind of boring. Her Candy Coated Clique, her mom, her family, all things like that is what kind of makes Candy interesting. So I felt like, and also I feel like she's too busy for the show. But one thing that I think everyone who's watched Candy since season 2 of this show can agree on is she really does not lie, has not been caught in one lie or scandal. Not one. That is rare for anybody in the entertainment realm at all, whether you're on TV doing music. And mind you, she's in multiple rounds of entertainment outside of RHOA. So listen, Drew, you picked the wrong one, boo. Just tell
You
us the
really did.
truth
Just tell the
about
truth.
what
All you had to do
happened.
was say, yeah, that little that.
We've gotten what is it, 4 years basically now of Drew telling lies that are on camera and us seeing proof of those lies. But we've got almost 15 years of Candy on TV and another 15 years prior to that, separate from ever coming on Bravo. No scandals, no lies, other than the fact that she slept with Jermaine Dupri, which she fucking admits. So I don't think Candy's a liar.
I don't either, and
I
that's why I
don't think
said
she's a
Bravo in
liar.
that call center. I
Drew
wouldn't be mad if
tried it.
Candy. I would be mad if Candy quit and took all of her vendors with her. I
Mm.
wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad at all because at the end of the day, that is
If
fucked
Candy
up.
leaves the show, who they gonna have to attack? That's what I want to see. And that's why it's not per se that I don't like Candy, but I do agree with Candy. She's been getting attacked because they know if they try that shit with Kenya is just as messy as the rest of them. So
No,
she'll
King
come
gonna eat
back
your
at
ass
you.
up.
Yeah, she'll get your
King
ass.
gonna dig up. King gonna dig up some skeletons on you, just like she
They
about the cookie
know.
lady on Tanya, which
They
Kenya was
know.
fucked up for that shit. I
They
claim.
know. They know though. They know not to fuck with Kenya. They know not to do it. Nobody messy is going to mess with somebody who's just like them because they have fear that they'll get what they receive. So these women, if you take Candy out of it, will have nothing to complain about. The only one that, and even Drew's issue, you lying. Like, and that's the part about Drew that makes it hard. The longer you come on this screen lying, more seasons, every season you're on here, it's not just one little lie or a funny one like Sheree. It's a slew of lies that really you should not be defending. So I don't know. Drew Sidora is slow.
Very. But that was pretty much it, you guys. They ended it on that. I guess next week we're going to get further into what happened in this interview leading up to, Ralph and Drew's divorce. Bravo in this call center. I said it and I'm gonna say it again. There better be something else that happens in this rest of this season. I do not want to see Drew carrying this shit based on some lies and some fucked up marriage. So I'm gonna need y'all to get y'all shit together because I don't want to see Drew carrying the rest of the season. I really don't. Because what's gonna make me end up happening, I'm not gonna give a fuck about the lie anymore. Whatever Drew happens, oh well, because y'all let it happen. But y'all stop giving this girl this show to carry on her back when you got 5 other women. Or 4, because I'm not gonna put Candy in that. 4 other women that have more than capability of spreading their business. Sign you with her sister shit, don't want to see it anymore. Sheree never has nothing. Where the fuck is Martell? Not like I want to see him, but where the fuck is Martell?
I said it in the early recap. I said, I think Martell, let's hope that he's just in a couple of episodes and then that's it. But I don't think they're even together in real life. So
No, they're not. He still can't get over Melody, so no, they're not.
I saw
So,
somewhere he was back with the baby mama he got with while he was with Melody.
yep.
I'm
So
like,
there you
ooh.
go. All right, y'all. So that was it. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this live because we got to do love and hip hop. But make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to both of our channels, mine and also Mrs. Best. We are trying to build the subscriber count, trying to get in partnership, trying to get monetized. This shit is hard. This shit is not easy. Thank you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. We will interact with all of you. Make sure you are respectful in these comments because I'm not gonna play with you. I'm not gonna block you, but I will cut you out. So
That's what I do. Y'all can go
yeah,
look at some of my comment threads. People come for me, and then they get
yeah.
red.
I'm not gonna block you because I need your subscriber count. I don't care about you subscribing to me
Right.
and talking about me. I
Thank
can
you
have.
for the view and the
Yes,
point something
absolutely.
watch time hour.
Absolutely. That's how I feel. But anyways, you guys, go to Mrs. Best channel. We're about to do Love and Hip Hop, the hot mess that was. And we will see you soon. Talk
Pray
to you
for
later,
me.
guys.
Adios.
Bye-bye.